All right, here we are. Once again, back to the wild beyond. Kyle's campaign. We're going to continue our little story. I believe we last played 2 weeks ago. I believe. Is that right, Kyle? About 2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. 2 weeks.
Yeah. And we're going to continue with episode 7. They Are Coming. Subtitle. We'll see what that's all about in a minute. And we got our new player we're going to be introducing tonight, Michael Venk. He'll be introduced at a proper moment in the campaign by Kyle. Maybe we'll do a little short...
Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you fine, Michael. Maybe we'll...
Can you give me a second? Continue what you're doing. I'm having to reload my screen on the computer, and I got to refresh my phone because I'm not... I just have a loading screen on my screen. So give me a second. I'll be right back.
That's fine.
All right.
We'll just say that was Michael's introduction. So, Kyle, I'm going to let you take over. It's full reins tonight. So go ahead and lead us on, my friend.
Hello, my friends. I'm Kyle. I'll be your GM for tonight's episode of Fun-Filled Manic Murder Mayhem. I'm going to start off with some player introductions, see who's everybody's playing, see what's going on tonight. We're going to start off with the obvious orc in the room who has not been here with us for quite a while. Miss Hera, why don't you start us off tonight?
Hey guys, it's Rachel here. Just trying to feed off that energy from Kyle. Today, I'm playing Hera. That's her, I suppose, nickname, but her full name's Harakcha Uftak. She's kind of clueless as what's happened, because as you said, I haven't been here in a while, and I'm really interested to see what has happened. So maybe the recap's going to have to be a smidgen more descriptive for me. But I am glad to be here once again, and I can't wait.
And it will be more descriptive. I got you. As she is also sometimes known as Pikachu.
Yes.
Fritz, go ahead and tell us who you're playing. Go ahead and give me your introduction. Tell me what you think. What's your expectations for tonight's episode?
Hey everybody, it's GM Fritz, and tonight I'm playing Scalanis, my elven rogue, a forlorn elf. And I'm loving it. It's my chance to be a player for a change of pace. Normally I'm GMing, but not tonight. I get to play in Kyle's fun campaign, having a good time, even though it's dark and dangerous. And kind of frustrated. We've had several combats. I'm kind of frustrated with the other heroes, if that's what we're going to call ourselves. We seem to let ourselves get ambushed and attacked, and spellcasters taken out early, and it's just not good. So I'm going to have a little talk with the others. We've worked our way back deeper into the cavern, into what we have as a safe zone right now. I think I remember spiking the door, and yeah, we got access to a bunch of separate little rooms and a big area where we can hang out and chill, and relax and gain some of those precious hit points back. But yeah, we're kind of holed up in there and try and gather ourselves, do some healing, recover some spells and that sort of thing. So as far as what I expect, we're gonna come out of this much more prepared for what lies ahead. I'm curious what's beyond that bridge that materialized when I stepped on a little plate, as it were. Yeah. So I'm excited to play, Kyle, because I have such a good fun time in your game. So that's my character, and that's me.
Getting equally dark as I do.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Speaking of dark and foreboding, the lady who loves to play dark characters, Diz, why don't you give me your introduction? What do you think about the current state of the party and what your expectations are for the rest of the night?
Well, I play Victoria, who is the elf druid, who tends to be getting targeted quite a bit Thanks to being just a spellcaster. But it's it's hard to really describe. I mean, it's like Victoria's trying to figure out what is going on. She's trying to grasp what's happening, and it's just like they keep bringing it to situation after situation. It's just like we need to figure out what to do here, otherwise we're gonna get so much trouble. And so right now she's still recovering from almost being close to massacred. Things from the last battle, but she's still confident that everybody will be able to will be coming out okay, and hopefully get more knowledge of what's happening.
Then I'm gonna drop the hammer. Also, we will have Jesse coming in with us tonight, so
Eric too, I think.
and Eric, we cannot forget about our ranger. We have to have them. And need all the help we can get. Alright, so everybody starts off with, I want everybody to start off with 2 hero points. We're gonna need them later on, for reasons, whenever we get there. And when last we had left our intrepid band of adventurers, things were afoot. They had just recovered from fighting a bunch of risen fallen heroes. After they had explored the Tomb of the Fallen Heroes and saved a few civilians from a very near-death experience at the hands of a few of these cultists. They took some time and healed up as best they could before they decided to go wandering deeper into the unknowns of the tomb. They passed by a magical mural. Something from each of their pasts was engraved upon it. Upon closer inspection, their eyes rolled into the back of their heads. The room spun. A great flash of light. They were all greeted with a vision. Individual in nature. Different. But none the more gripping. Shaking themselves off from this very harrowing glimpse into the possible future, the party then continued down a set of steps, probably about 20 feet to the bottom, where they uncovered a site of a as Fritz said earlier, a magically destroyed bridge. They thought it was destroyed and ruined. Upon closer investigation, Fritz actually hit the pressure plate with his boot. Skalanis did. Caused the bridge to magically reform itself. But as soon as Skalanis took his boot away, the bridge collapsed. He scratched his head for a moment and thought, I'll just put a rock on it. Except for he lifted up the lid of a sarcophagus instead, and a group of tomb guard then proceeded to assault the party, along with a new creature, a hellhound. Fighting was intense. Ranged spellcasters took a beating. Frontline combatants took a beating. Hera got nibbled on, I think, a few times. Victoria nearly saw the light to her ancestors. Kravius as well went down. Skalanis nearly as well. Fighting was vicious. And it showed no mercy. They were able to turn the tide. Upon defeating these foul creatures, the group decided they'd had enough for a little while, and they needed some rest, some time to recover. The Tomb of Fallen Heroes had indeed been living up to its name and legend. This tomb was almost their tomb. So Scalanis, backtracking, found a safe room, and the party then proceeded to withdraw back to that particular area. I'm going to load this map now, guys. It should look familiar to you. The original map that we had originally played on. You should see the companion torch down there. Let me know if you guys can see that.
I am unable to see anything.
I see just a black grid.
I could see it.
I
This-
can't.
It did state that I don't have a token when I had loaded the screen, so
Oh, that's right.
maybe that's why.
I'm logged in as a GM. Let me log back in. You could just put a group token down, like the torch token, the party token, Kyle.
I have one down. You guys should be able to click on it.
Yeah, I didn't see
Okay,
it
there we go.
until you added me, but yeah, I see the torch now.
I see it too.
I'll put Rufrain in here just because he can see what's going on, and then we'll introduce him later.
Okay. I also see like a really huge room to the southeast.
And you can disregard that for the moment.
Okay, I'll just zoom in.
I can see everything now. It came in.
Everybody should be able to see that now. You have withdrawn back to this particular chamber. I believe Scalanis put up pittance to secure the door.
Yes. I had him in my pack. All along the bottom and a few on the sides were sealed in. I'll retrieve them once we leave.
Okay. And what is your next move now? You have found yourself bloodied and beaten back into a relatively safe space.
Okay, I can see the map now. Once we're all safe and secure, I think the first thing we need to do is heal up. Then set some watches.
Pretty beating.
Set some watches for the night. We only got one real avenue to pay attention to, the front and maybe the back room, just in case there's any secret passages. In fact, we should probably do that too. I'll do that later. But I think we should heal up, get some rest, get our magic users, our druid and magus back in tip-top order. And, yes, my friends, what do you think?
Sounds like a plan, but are you sure this door is gonna hold?
Oh, it'll hold. Trust me, Orc.
Alright, now any of you carrying any kind of bandages? Because this is killer on my back.
Yeah, it is. Where's my token?
You're at the
Okay.
second to the front.
Mm-hmm.
It's below the party.
I'm gonna have to refresh. I see nothing. I see the companion's token. I see Cravius and Jesserin, Hera in the back. And I see somebody in a little chamber, too. I don't know what that is.
I put through Fane on the map just so he could see what was going on since he is new. So
Okay.
to see how we do things, but in character he is not here with us at the moment.
Alright, well. Do we have any idea what time of day it is, or are we ourselves tired?
You feel very exhausted. You left in the early morning. If you were to hazard a guess, you'd probably say it was about late evening.
Okay.
You've been down here about 9.5 hours.
Hera's going to kind of push her way into one of the rooms closest to her. So I guess she'd be kind of knocking Jezrin aside. And enter and just kind of plop her gear down and just throw her weapon. Her glaive just slams down on the ground. You can hear the clinking of her armor being removed. And she sits cross-legged.
Ron looks into the chamber, hearing the massive commotion. Do all orcs take off their armor in such haphazard ways?
Only the pretty ones. She winks.
Noted. Orcs are very loud, he writes down in a book.
Victoria's gonna chuckle as she drags herself into another room, probably with Bjorn's assistants, to settle in on one of the beds and probably go through her
Ron-
stuffs.
Ron will
Second.
definitely help her into the room.
Okay.
Put you in that one.
So what are we all claiming rooms now?
Yes.
Slam
I
goes the
guess,
door.
Hera's gonna keep her door open.
Little sock on the cap there.
While they're doing this, I want to... That larger room to the southeast, that bigger lobby-like room there, I want to search the walls of this chamber.
You can give me one of two checks. You can give me perception or stealth. Which would you prefer?
I'm going to be using perception.
Okay. You can make that public.
Oops, I rolled initiative. That's okay.
Not yet. Too soon.
There's perception and then there's normal initiative perception. I don't even see my roll. I don't know what I did. Let me roll a second time, just perception. How about that?
Yeah, because I didn't see it either.
I still don't see nothing. There it is.
You see nothing. As you... Are you taking your time doing this, Skelena? What's this looking like?
Well, what's along the walls of this room? I mean, is there shelves?
There are shelves, there are indents in the stone where they've sort of made shelving. The rest's pretty well bleak and just barren, but your elven training could know that there could be a good spot for a hidey hole.
It's good.
Secret door.
It's probably going to take me about 20 minutes to do the perimeter of this room, but I want to cautiously go all along the walls, looking behind any shelves or whatever, using my hands to feel for any seals like that might be a door. Listening and...
30 minutes to do that.
Okay.
Really give it a thorough check. You find not a trap, but you do find a lot of spider webs. Them old shelves, old, dusty, covered in mold and mildew.
Ah!
The rock does hold moisture quite well. But you do find something of note. A little jitter that is not gold. Metallic. On a silver chain. It looks like a necklace. You investigate further.
What is this, laying on the floor or on a shelf?
It's on a shelf and behind a very old painting that's the canvas is all faded away and torn away and rotted away.
Ah.
You see the little glint in your eye.
Yes, somebody hid this. Is it just a chain, or what kind of pendant does it have?
Would you like to investigate the pendant?
Yes.
Okay. Give me Arcana or Occultism, whichever one you have more of.
I'll use occultism.
Okay.
Is this
Make
blind?
that blind to me. Yep.
All right, let me change this. Blind? What could this be?
You palm it over in your hand and you pull a rag out from your bag and you gently wipe off the centuries of grime and guck on it. You feel something. You're sure that you do. It looks pure silver. Got very ornate etched patterns upon it. No words or sigils, however, but it seems very ornate. You know, just by looking at it with your specific training, it's worth quite a bit.
Okay. Does it? You said there's no words or anything, but there is some type of etching in it.
Yes.
Is it something to do with a particular culture, perhaps, that I might know of? Is it elven in design? Maybe a society check?
Go ahead and give me a society check. See if we can find out what's going on here.
I have a nice +7 there. Yeah, I'm good at this. I know about the workings of society.
It is gnomish in origin.
Gnomish. Fey. That's what it is.
Very beautifully crafted, too. It's almost mesmerizing
Oh, really?
as you look upon it.
I'll look to my left and right if anyone's watching me. Do I see anybody watching me?
Are you watching Scalanos? I think Hera's in a room.
Yeah. I'm not there.
If nobody's looking, I'm going to slip it between my leather jerkin and my chest in a little pocket that's hidden inside my jacket. I'm going to slide it in there.
Very good. You have pocketed a necklace. Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
The rest of your search continues uneventful.
Okay.
While Fritz is doing that, what's everybody else doing? Hera, what are you doing?
Oh, she heard Scalana say that they're spending the night there, so she's prepping and she's ready to go to bed.
Do you look under the bed?
Well, now I feel like I should.
Listen to that.
Did we first of all, did we just enter this hallway, or have we been here before?
You have been here before. Briefly. You guys had
Okay,
searched.
because I wasn't
it.
sure if we like searched this place already.
Yeah, you searched it, but it wasn't a very thorough search. It was after the first period of fighting.
Alright, what does the room look like?
It is a small, very small, 7x7 room, adorned with, on the right side for you, you see one little nightstand and a very rickety bed, still made in perfect condition, as if the inhabitants had just walked away from the morning that they had spent making it. But the rest of the room is bland and boring. Stone wall, flattened, and almost has a mirror-like finish to it.
Well, she's sitting on the floor and almost kind of like got her legs crossed, like she could be meditating even. And she lets out a sigh, trying to just get the adrenaline out from a previous fight and just kind of relax. enjoy the safety of this area that they're in. And then she does, like, her eyes are closed and she opens one, and then just kind of like looks around with just the one eye open, and then to see if anybody's there. And while she's still sitting on the ground, she'll take a look under the bed, and then kind of take a sneak peek at what's inside the nightstand.
Me a perception check, please. And thank you.
Nice.
As you
27.
peer under the bed, something else peers back. Skeleton. Its head looking directly at yours, its mouth agape, as if it was literally frightened to death. What do you do as you make this horrifying discovery?
She'll grab it by its rib cage and pull it out of the bed. Like, drag it out.
As you pull and tug on it, the body falls apart, or what remains of the old dusty bones.
I would have dragged it out and kind of shaken it about to, make some noise with it for Jezrin to see. But we'll just assume that she's off doing something else.
Jasmine, she'll come in and see it, and she'll let out a very loud pitched scream that alerts everybody to what has just happened. Ravius seems bored with the whole debacle.
You'll hear probably in one room that Victoria went in. She'll probably hear a thump, something hit the floor. As Victoria's probably trying to get up and see where the scream was coming from.
And Braun is already on his way.
The rest of you just hear Hera go, "What are you screaming for? Haven't you seen some bones before?"
Galanis, as you hear this blood-curdling scream, what do you do?
That's coming from up the hallway, right?
Yeah, it's coming from Jezrin.
I'll run out into the hallway. What is it? What do you hear? Is there someone at the door?
Jezrin just points into the room that Hera is currently residing, holding the upper half of a skeleton in her arms.
Like, Hera's still sitting on the floor. Like, she didn't stand up to do any of this. She's
Hera found a new dancing partner.
Yeah. What is that? Have you turned to the dark side? What is this that you have before you? Bones.
I'm just cleaning house. It was underneath the mattress, underneath the bed. I don't think I could sleep sound knowing it's there, so I just threw it out. It's kind of like a joke, but I guess some people can't take a joke.
Huh. Throw it in a bag and dispose of it. Why would you scream? I'll wander back out.
Jezrin just remains silent as she watches the door, embarrassed to all heavens.
Victoria's gonna be leaning out of the door on the side, Frame just looking at Skalanis and going, "What in the world was she screaming about?"
Yeah. Humans. So touchy.
At this point, you said it was like a skeleton, so Hera's actually going to get up now, and having heard Victoria chime in, she'll take the head of the skeleton, just kind of separate it, and kind of roll it down like a bowling ball down the hallway, and she's chuckling the entire time.
Give yourself a hero point.
Victoria's gonna reach down, pick up the remaining skull, look at it, and be like, It's just a skull. Why are you screaming?
I don't
Doesn't look
know,
even
but
more embarrassed.
look at the face of this thing, though.
It's missing teeth.
I don't know what happened to this guy, but he ain't bunking with me tonight.
Victoria's gonna look back at her and go, why would she want to bunk with something this hideous? I thought orcs could sleep better than that.
Yeah. Is this a human skull? Does it look human?
Very much so.
Human skull.
So you have returned. You have secured your sleeping arrangements. Fritz has searched the area and got some booty. What would you all like to do now?
Lucky me.
Victoria's gonna roll the skull back to Hera and go back into the room.
Jeez, here we go.
Well, hanging out by the doorway, I'll pick the skull back up if it reaches me from her throw. And I'll almost hold it in like a very Shakespearean way while the skull's like facing me. And like, well, and she's going to make the skull talk as she's talking. If we're really setting up camp, and the mouth is moving, I'll take first watch.
Suddenly, its eyes appear purple, and its mouth opens agape. And it says, "No. First watch."
What did it say?
Yeah, what did it say?
No, it had first watch.
Oh.
So now it's talking back to me. After it says that, did the eyes like fade out again, or are they still lit purple?
It was a spell from Braun. You can hear
Oh.
him chuckling as he moves up and dismisses Jesrin to go get
Well,
some sleep.
Well, as a reaction, when Hera sees the eyes, like she just kind of gives a ugh, and the skull drops. Well, if you want first watch, you can have it. And she's like looking around,
Braun
and
chuckles and then
because she
leans
has no
into-
idea that it was him.
Braun chuckles and leans into her. It's just an illusion, Cal.
Well, there's only so much I can take. I've got a name to keep to, okay? Can't freak me out like that. I'm the jokester. And it's at that point where she says, "I just wake me up whenever you need me to watch," and then she'll close the door, having been freaked out with the purple eyes. It was all fun and games until it was directed towards her.
Alright, so we have Braun on first watch. Who would like to go second?
Victoria will go second.
I'll go third.
Come on, Victoria Fritz. Hello, Jesrin. Now, everybody hold the phone. Jesrin, I need an introduction from you.
I'm Jesrin, ranger, part of a military order with Katar, my hawk companion. Came here at the behest of my commander to try and see what help I could be to those who are trying to take out the dark druids.
Correct. And you just had a very, very near fright. Hera uncovered a skeleton underneath the bed. You saw it and screamed.
Don't forget your avatar, Eric.
And welcome, Eric. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are just getting underway. Just about to make camp and bed down for the night. Would you like to take a watch?
If no one's taken last watch yet, I'll do that.
Fabulous.
Yeah, and Hera will just take whatever is in the middle while the others are discussing it. They'll be like, oh, we'll just wake her up at this time. So wherever I fit in.
Roger that. And you all bunk down for the night.
Well, as much as she can, even though she's still pretty injured.
The night passes uneventfully. However, many miles away, back at the Citadel, at a particular tavern, it's loud and rowdy as a dwarf brings in his latest charge, handing him off to the town guard and collecting his pay before heading inside for a well-earned drink. So you can all claim your rest, get your rested bonuses back, spells, hit points, and all that fun stuff. And we are going to pick this up in the morning. Go ahead and hit your well rested button.
So nothing happens in the night? Awesome.
You got lucky.
Yeah, we did. Plus, since I got up to max hit points from my rest, it also removed my wounded condition.
Yes, indeed.
Now, do I still have my wounded condition?
I don't think natural. I don't know. I know medicine gets rid of it.
Okay.
You have to be fully healed and rest for at least 10 minutes, I believe. So that's why mine worked. But if you still are missing hit points, then it wouldn't have worked.
Okay.
We'll just do some healing.
Because she wouldn't have any healing potions left. She gave them out to pretty much everybody.
You want some healing? I could do some healing.
If you're
Yeah.
offering.
And if needed, I also have a minor healing potion too.
Let me try
I
that.
can use medicine on people who need it.
Let me try on Victoria. Medicine check. Medicine check. Medicine check. Here, let me pat you. I have herbs. Sensitive to elves. Humans would be too sensitive. Perhaps they will help you. Perhaps not. Can I use a hero point on that?
You may indeed.
Come on, you're making me look bad.
Well, they've got the bandages out. I'll eat a ration and kind of get my breakfast.
Alright, so I got a 17. It's 2d8.
2d8. Through Fane, I need you to give me 2 survival rolls.
Okay.
4 hit points and your wounded condition is gone. And I'll use that.
Praxius just saunters out of the room with his book in his hand. He looks a lot worse for wear. Ah, healing up, I see. Could use some healing as well.
Darn it.
Someone would be so inclined.
And Victoria's gonna yell out in the hallway, "Can somebody heal Bjorn, please?"
I don't think you guys are gonna want me to touch him, so I'll sit back.
I'll do it.
Nice.
Praxius eagerly steps forward. Right through Fane, I got those. I got them recorded for
Well,
future use.
no. Well, there's only one there, 13. I just rolled the other one. There's a little bit of lag.
Yep, I got them both. I got them
Okay.
recorded.
All right,
Who-
yeah, the other one just popped up, 25.
Who am I healing?
Praxius.
Travis? Okay, so I have ward medic, so this will be me and who? First one will be for Kravius. That's a crit.
That is a critical success.
Nice.
This one's for myself. Not quite a crit.
Good enough.
Is the token for my hawk somewhere?
Should be. I know I brought it over. It was behind through fame. My bad.
Thanks.
So you have all awakened. You got some good rest. Some breakfast. Everybody please consume one ration. Mark it up.
I have 2 rations remaining.
Yes, we should head back to town soon. Braun pipes up.
Hera, are you still wounded?
No, I've never felt better.
Ah, orcs.
And while everybody was healing, she was putting her scale mail back on and just slowly eating and enjoying her meal.
Victoria would go back to rummaging through her stuff, seeing and hoping she can find another healing potion somewhere in her stuff.
Braun steps out into the hallway, strapping on his armor. Hair looks all disheveled.
All of a sudden, everybody just hears Victoria let out this frustrating groan.
What's the matter?
I can't find any more healing potions.
Means we'll have to be extra careful. What is it?
Would Hera have heard her say that? Like, other than her frustrated sigh, that, like, the mention of a healing potion?
She would have said it loud enough because she's getting frustrated.
Hera just kind of pushes her way into, like, the doorway or wherever you're currently standing. I think you said you went back into the room.
Mm-hmm.
And in her hand, she's holding one of her potions, and she's this is my last one, but you know what? Just you look pretty weak. Those little scrawny bones. I think you're gonna need this more than me.
Victoria's
And
good.
she hands it over.
Victoria doesn't. She's like, you know what? I'm gonna agree with you for once. I probably am, so I'm not even gonna deny that fact.
Look, I don't know how to take that, but I need it, so. Alright. And
So she
Hera
takes it from her.
when you grab it from her, she smiles and like puts a hand on your shoulder, and then like turns and walks back out into the hallway. So it's a minor healing potion.
Okay.
Fantastic. Galanis, what are you doing up there by the door? Can't hear you.
I'm going to retrieve my spikes after I listen intently at the door if I hear anything on the outside before I remove the spikes.
You hear nothing but the faint drips of water.
Okay, I'll take the spikes out carefully.
You proceed to open the door.
I do. I'm going to carefully take a peek out there.
Suddenly a hobgoblin appears in front of you. But you do see, as you creak the door open and you look down, you see a very familiar creature. A little spider fluttering across the floor, scurrying, skittering. Nasty.
Is this the spider I seen before?
Yes.
Ah, Victoria, come. You have a visitor.
She'll poke her head out of the room.
Come.
And then she'll make her way over to Skelonis.
You as well, Victoria. As soon as you make it to the doorway, you see a familiar sight skittering across the floor, coming closer to the door.
Against her better judgment, she'll kneel down and hold her hand out to see if the spider crawls into her hand.
Will stop just shy of her fingertips.
While she's doing this, I'll step out into the chamber, and where there's shadow close to the door on the right side, I'll push myself against the wall and pierce around as far as I can see. Do I hear anything? Do I see anything? Shadows? Light in the distance?
Give me a perception check.
Oh.
Blind. You do not see anything from which you have came, nor the area that surrounds you, but you do hear something. It's very faint, off in the distance, and above you. Very, very faint. The rock echoes.
Now that...
Or that you heard the sound of steel against steel. But it was only for a moment, and then it faded away.
Was it like the sound of battle? Or was it just the clang of swords? Or something else?
You're unsure at this point, but it did not sound healthy. What are the rest of you doing as you remain in the chamber?
Victoria's trying to coax the spider into her hand.
Raises up its front fingers, or legs rather, and relentingly climbs into her fingers.
Ah, you have a friend after all.
You hear a voice in your mind, Skelonis. Friends, no. Allies, possibly.
Allies?
Allies, possibly. It replied to you. Along with another chilling message. You've survived my traps so far. Only you can hear that, Skelonis. What do you do?
In my head, I'll say, "Who are you? Why do you speak in silence in my mind? Who are you?" I'm saying this to myself.
Give me, you can do either religion or occultism if you would like to attempt to recall knowledge.
I'll use religion this time.
Make it blind. Would you like to use a hero point?
No.
That's a natural 1, Fritz. Would you like to use a hero point?
No.
Okay. You're pretty sure that this is a godlike being. You feel really compelled to start worshiping this thing.
All right, let me roll a dice for Scalanus on this one.
Meanwhile, outside of the area, a dwarf comes barreling through the tall grass, frantic, great axe in hand. And we're going to leave that scene right there for the moment. Then we come back to Fritz. Scalanus, what do you do? Hearing this chilling message into your mind.
I feel overwhelmed. The voice rekindles memories of something in the past, in my youth. Something holy. I fall down to one knee from the shadows, no longer pressed against the wall. And I hold my forehead like there's something plaguing my mind. And the voice, it was so familiar. What was that it spoke of? I can't even remember. But I recognize the voice. And I'm totally confused at this point.
Very good.
Would any of the other party members see Scalanus doing this?
I think Victoria might. She was right there with the spider, the door.
Okay.
I'm not hiding or anything.
Yeah, I'm not going to give you the confused
I hope not.
state of that.
Gotta watch what I say.
And Victoria, once this thing is in your palm, what do you do with it?
She was at first gonna try and see if she can get something, or try and get the spider to say something to her, but as she's getting ready to either think or say it, she looks out of the corner of her eye. She sees Scalanus going down on one knee, and then she looks back at the spider, and she tries to communicate with it. She goes, "Why did you bite me, and why did you run?"
You hear a very deep, ominous laugh from the recesses of your mind. Oh, elves are nothing more than playthings. Written as history. I ran because you survived my traps, my tricks. A worthy opponent.
Glancing between all of the party members present, she takes one heavy look at Scalanus before she looks at the spider, and then she's gonna try and kill the spider in her hand.
And how are you trying to do that?
Electrocute it.
Okay, electric arc.
You're a druid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Natural things. Would you do that?
And would you really want to take the risk if it is sentient? Lose your
Or
druid
change
powers.
your alignment.
Oh, that's
I'm not sure the consequences are that bad.
It could be.
Maybe we should look up anathema for druids.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't know if it's a natural living creature that's harmless. Would you electrocute it violently with your powers bestowed upon you by nature itself?
Didn't it just speak to her though?
Did, and it spoke
Did.
to Lannis.
Kill it now. I bet you that's what it is too. It's that freaking spider, man. He's talking to us.
It was indeed the spiders, Lannis.
He's gonna call over to Hera. Hey, Hera.
It shouldn't be a problem.
She just kind of like turns around. Huh? What? What? She's kicking the skeleton pieces back into the room. That was kind of scattered all over the place when she dragged it out. She comes on over. She's like, "Well, what do you need?"
What's your order? What's your druidic order?
Hers is. Let me look.
You should know these things. Come on. Come on.
I'm looking.
If it's animal, then you'd have a problem killing animals
No.
and stuff.
Hers is Storm.
Storm? Oh, okay. That's different.
I
That's
mean,
what-
if this is just a regular spider, which I don't think it is, if it's talking to her telepathically.
That's up to Kyle. She doesn't have animals, so
No, it's not natural.
She's gonna look at Hera and go, "You want to kill it?"
Reference here, you see a black tarantula about 6 inches by 6 inches. All 8 eyes are upon you.
is it on?
Is it on the ground or is it in her hand?
In her hand.
Still in her hand.
Alright. She hasn't heard the thing talk. She says, "Hold it down. Let's see if it goes squish." And she lifts up her big boot.
Okay.
Victoria, do it.
Victoria drops to one knee and she tries to get it off her hand.
I'll turn right around into where the spider is, into the doorway. I imagine this is right at the doorway. I'll turn, draw my knife, one of my knives, and if it's on the ground, I'm going to stomp it. I'm just going to stomp it right underfoot
The knife?
with my foot. Not the knife, the
Oh.
spider.
Oh, because Hera was already going to stomp on the spider.
All right, it just got double stomped. Out of the way. Kill it. Kill the vile thing. It speaks to us in our minds.
I don't think you guys got enough sleep.
Lannis and Hera, roll me unarmed attack. Then I need a fortitude and will save from both of you.
Boy.
Ooh.
Nice.
Do I roll damage on that critical squish?
You do.
Out of the way, orc. Ugh.
Matter of fact, you both roll damage. But I also need a fortitude and will save from you, Skelonis.
$11 for the fortitude.
And out of
Ooh,
habit,
baby.
I made both of mine blind.
Yours are fine.
All right. If not, I would definitely use a hero point. But all right, good. We're good.
Okay. Oh, this is gonna be so much fun. As you both proceed to stomp this presumed creature to oblivion. After a moment, your feet rest one on top of each other. I imagine Hera stomped Scalanis's foot down.
Ah! You clumsy fool!
Why didn't you signal that you were gonna stomp first? Didn't you hear me talking to Victoria? I claimed! The boot claimed!
At least it's dead.
Are you sure about that?
I don't know. What does it look like?
Your boots are on top of it.
What does it look like? I pull my boot off.
I don't pull my boot off. Oh wait, no. You were down first. I was going to drag my foot, like, you know, to smear it on, you know, like trying to get the remnants off of the boot. But if your foot is underneath mine, I will.
You're probably dragging my foot along with it.
Yeah, I won't do that. Hera would instead lift, since there is, you know, another foot underneath mine.
You see underneath your boots a very small crushed spider that's been utterly wrecked. Spider is no more.
And that's the last time they'll mess with us. You think it's got friends? And she looks to Victoria and Scalanis.
I would hope not.
Now, what was the whole deal with it? Because I just kind of came in and was tasked to squish a bug.
It was speaking to
But you guys
us.
seem really invested in it. It was speaking to you?
It was speaking to us.
Was it like whispering sweet nothings, or like telling you to rule the world?
Like saying how we're surviving its tests.
Oh yeah, it's a good thing it was talking to you guys. I don't do good with tests.
For a brief moment, the voice sounded like something familiar to me, but I shrugged it off. It was all from that vile creature.
Well, if you guys need somebody to talk to, Jezrin's right over there.
Nice.
And Hera like squats down and like looks at the bug, like trying to fathom how this thing was speaking, and like this looks like a normal bug, right?
Now it does.
Yeah.
A normal squished bug.
She even takes her pinky, dips it into the squished bug, and then like tastes it.
Ugh.
Like, just to verify. Yeah, that tastes like squash spider.
Oh, wait
this
a minute
isn't
now.
magical.
Wait.
Oh no.
Wait a minute now. Make me a will save, Private.
If I fail, I would like to hero point that.
That is a natural 1. Would you like to use a hero point?
Absolutely.
Give it to me. not much better.
Well,
Oof.
better than a 1, I hope.
Was a 3.
Better than 1.
You are poisoned too.
Wow.
Hera just coughs. Yeah, no, nobody try it. This is not a good spider.
Victoria's just gonna look at her and just only in like her eyes when she's looking at her, she's like, why would you do that?
She doesn't respond since you didn't say it out loud. She just kind of gives you a different look in response to your own, like, don't judge me.
Sorry about that, guys. My Discord crashed.
Well, sounds like you're back.
I am back. Can y'all hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
Sure
Yep.
can.
All right. It is at this point when suddenly, in the deep recesses of your own mind, you hear your familiar voice. Do you think it's to defeat me? Your very presence here was simply a test, a ploy. I could not destroy the Citadel with its strongest defenders. So I lured you away. This tomb will be yours soon.
That sounds like our cue to leave.
How come I can't hear anything?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a bit low when we were getting that threat, but otherwise, yeah.
Okay.
Michael, can you hear everybody okay?
I can hear everybody individually when they talk except for Kyle.
Damn, he's the most important one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
it was
you
like all of a sudden
accidentally?
it just went. No, I'm not touching it at all. It just all of a sudden it just went completely dead silent. I didn't hear anything for about a half a minute, and then I looked and I heard sound like Fritz was moving something around, and then I heard somebody talk, and then I just don't hear Kyle.
Leave voice and come back in. Maybe that'll fix it. Can you hear me now?
Ah, hey, there you go. Welcome back.
Can the rest of you hear me?
Mhm.
Yep.
Sure
Okay.
can.
All right, now we're good. I can hear everybody again.
Basically, just had an entity speak into their minds that this tomb is about to be theirs.
Okay.
It is at that point, Skalanis, give me a perception check.
Blind, of course.
This one can be public. Very good. You hear the very deep footfalls, the loud clanking of armor. Something is approaching you,
Mm-hmm.
moving quite quickly.
And it's coming from the northeast, from where we were before.
Correct.
Oh. Okay.
Meanwhile, Thurfane, you have finally arrived at the Hall of Tomb of the Fallen.
Oh,
Your
nice.
journey has been a long and arduous one. Took you about 3.5 hours to get here, bearing a desperate message.
See.
As you round a corner, you see what looks like an elf standing over there in front of a doorway. And Skalonis, as you turn to look at the footfall, you see a very stout dwarf come running around the corner. He looks agitated. Looks like he's on a mission.
I'll pull out, I got a dagger in each hand at this point, looking quite threatening as I look over and see him. Is there any light involved? Because I can't see where he is, but I assume there's got to be some way to see him.
Yes, there is ambient light within the hall here.
As soon as I lay eyes on him coming around the corner there and making himself known, I would know if he was friend or foe, but I'd look threatening and look towards his direction. Halt! Who are you? Come no further. You shall die with your next footfall. I have my daggers raised to throw.
At that point, I would like to introduce Thurfane to the party.
Hello, hello. How are you folks?
We're doing okay. Let's go ahead and give me a brief rundown about who you're playing with us tonight in this campaign.
I am playing Thurfane the dwarf. He is a fighter and a bounty hunter. He is an adventurer. He's not looking to get rich. He's just out collecting bounties and looking to just make a decent living at this point. And that's pretty basic right there, you know.
Yeah, but little would you know that your plea for basic necessity would draw you into an open conflict.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. But hey, that's the life of living on the road. You expect everything.
So you're saying all this as you step forward? You stopped, didn't you? You listened to my threat.
Yeah, well, yeah. Based on the position where I'm at, I'm actually standing in a doorway.
Yeah, I see you.
And you're to my right.
I see you.
Unless I'm looking at you, but settle down now, settle down. I kind of lay my axe down, blade towards the floor to show that I'm not a threat. It's just, I'm not here to harm, I'm here to help.
We shall see. And then I'll step forward.
Yes, we shall.
I'll step forward towards him, and I'll motion to the others in the hallway, in the chamber behind me. Hera, we have a new friend, perhaps. Come. And I'll start slowly moving towards this dwarf, I guess.
Yeah, she follows, and once she's like at a spot where she can get a good look at him, Hera is also a bounty hunter. When I see him, does he have like telltale signs of like the look of a bounty hunter, like any kind of inkling that she might get that he's in the same line of work?
Mandalorian armor, maybe?
Yeah.
Aside
Black
from
saber,
the basic, aside from the basic, weathered look that a dwarf would have, he's a little bit more weathered from travels. Looks tired, but still steadfast. Weapon-wise, I just carry a dagger. I do have carry a sap, and I have a great axe, and that's basically my armament right there. And then half plate armor. So.
Well, we're definitely in need of strong fighter types, I say to Hera. Perhaps he would be of use. But I'd be cautious of dwarves, as I am of orcs. So I'll leave it to you, Hera. And I'll step back into the shadows. I'll make a stealth check, because I'm going to hide.
Nice to meet you. Bye.
Here's my stealth check. Kyle, it's private. You can write that down.
Got it.
Assuming there's shadows to hide here against the wall where I'm at. Sleep.
Barely.
Okay.
Just enough for you to get into.
Oh, that's right. Freaking dwarves have dark vision. I can't hide from them.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah,
gonna
you
say,
can't
I have dark vision for like 30, 60 feet, so it's like, you're not gonna hide very well.
How
soon as-
embarrassing.
As soon as you're around,
I peek
yeah,
around
as soon
the
as
corner. I peek around the corner, wave like, I could still see you.
Yep.
You're not doing a very good job.
I say to myself, all right.
Jezrin walks forward with her hand extended. Well met. I'm Jezrin.
Which one is Jezrin?
The ranger in the back there. I'll move her up.
Well, I'm trying to see so I can move to greet you.
That's pretty close. Okay.
Get right up in his face.
Oh crap! She's just right up on me. All right, well, I guess how you doing? He startled me.
I can't shake
Stuff
hands
like
from
that.
15 feet away.
Where did you come from? My God, I could see in the dark, but I didn't see that.
We'll make his approach. Ron, Captain of the Citadel. What brings you to these parts? Also, I'd like to welcome Jesse to the game. I know he's around here somewhere.
Yeah, I'm in ghost mode, guys. I had an incident at work. I'm writing reports.
Okay.
Go ahead,
I am streaming or sharing my screen, technically.
Yep, I got it. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. If I get on, I'll let you guys know.
Sounds good, bud.
All right.
Go ahead, Thurfane. Sorry about that.
I am Thrufane. I was sent here from the town of Atori to come look for a party who may be in trouble. And I followed a long line of dead things on the way. Ran into a few things still alive. Dispatched them. And here I am. I'm hoping that you're the group that I'm looking for.
Trouble? We're not in any kind of trouble. I don't know who you heard that from. We're doing great down here.
Did you come from the local
Poisoned.
town? Did you come from the local town?
I don't... What was the town again I came from?
The Citadel.
The Citadel. I come from the Citadel.
Could use another adventure.
Victoria's
I'd
gonna
be
move up
glad
beside Skalanis.
Glad to join me if you can have me.
In Dwarven, Hera speaks to Rufane, and she says, well, if you're going to be adventuring with us, or scouring these wherever we are, because I don't keep that track of anything, you can call me Hera.
Speak back in Dwarven. Nice to meet you, Hera. You can call me Fane for short. Not because of my stature. But glad to have you. Glad to be with you.
Nice to meet you, Faye. Now, well, and this she's speaking in common. So, what kind of things can you offer us? And what did you see on your way here?
Lots of dead goblins, orcs, a hobgoblin or two, a few other dead things, some undead skeletons, whatnot. As
Guess
far as what I
at
can
least
offer
they're all
you,
dead.
oh, if they weren't, they are now. As for what I can offer you, well, it depends. I'm an experienced tracker. I do dab with a little bit of medicine, so I can possibly treat some minor wounds if anybody needs it. And I am an experienced fighter. I love to chop things down with my axe.
I think we're gonna get along just fine. I'm also really good at tracking. Given the opportunity, there's not much to find down here. But
never hurts to have an extra set of eyes.
Isn't that the truth?
All eyes look to Scalanus, brushing himself off from the dust, trying to hide against the wall.
You're still not there? Even though I could see you.
Oh, yes, it's fine. I was just keeping myself sharp.
Shall I blow out the torches?
Victoria's gonna poke her head around. Scalanus just looking at through Fane curiously.
Well, we just made our own discovery here. Apparently there's an impending attack upon the Citadel. We return to town, resupply, see what the situation is.
That makes sense to me, sir.
Yep, but I guess we better go find out what the status is.
Lead the way. And I'll hang back to the rear as the party begins to exit and follow suit.
You're doing everything you can to find that shadow.
Yeah, I'm looking. Can I make a perception check?
You can.
Are you really that scared of a dwarf? Oh my god. Or are you just being self-cautious?
Oh, Scalanus is very cautious. Don't mind the elf. He's different.
Well, seeing as like 30 minutes or however much time's passed prior, he was just talking to a spider. Might be a little paranoid from anything here on out.
You're poisoned. You should talk.
I sure am.
You're delirious
Shouldn't
at
you
this
be
point.
like, you're poisoned? There's nothing. Oh no, retching is for sickened, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did mention in the Wild Beyond Discord chat, how do I make myself poisoned in Foundry? Seeing as I'm poisoned too, I just made myself poisoned via the persistent effect, so I wouldn't forget that I'm poisoned, but I don't know how to actually change that.
I've got a note on mine.
Okay.
Is poisoned? Is that an effect? Like,
It's not a condition. It's a.
it's
a
just
status.
damage thing, right?
She would have to be
Sure.
treated with a medicine check against poison or magic. Poison is a nasty
Okay.
thing, but only Kyle really knows because the specifics of the poison would dictate what goes on next. So
Well, I can try and treat her then.
it's true.
So can I.
All right, I'll give it a roll.
If you'd like to, go ahead and give it a roll before we vacate the chambers.
See what's
Can I
going
give a
on.
roll as
There
well?
we go.
Yeah,
26.
you both can do a roll.
Okay.
Tara's only a little bit reluctant to accept through Fane to help with the healing, only because she doesn't know him very well.
Everybody's poking him.
Oh, you gotta break the
especially
ice
after
somewhere.
that.
You gotta
Especially after
break
that
the
roll.
ice somewhere.
So, what does the 26 get me?
Oh my god, I got a 9. don't
26.
Don't count on me yet.
So that'll give Hera bonuses to her savings throws versus continuing effects of the poison, Kyle,
Correct. It will. I'll give her a +2.
and probably a little bit of information as well as to what's going on here. Ooh, you've got mummy rot or something, you know.
Not quite that extreme on this one. But yeah, you now have a +2 bonus to against the poisonous effects. Which so far there has not been any effect. So for now you
Just
seem
keep
to be
track of
free and
that
clear.
and let me know when I need to roll.
I shall indeed. You can thank Jezrin and through Fame for the +2s.
Yeah, she definitely thanks Jezrin, and she kind of just nods at Through Fane, like, thanks for the attempt.
Sorry, I couldn't do more.
Best to save those types of tools and bandages for later. I don't think I'm gonna need them now. Jezrin's done a good enough job. We'll see in the long run if it helps. But for now, I don't notice any changes. I do advise, though, don't eat the spiders down here. Not even a single taste. Not worth it.
Ugh.
You hear Victoria
Not-
pipe up. You shouldn't have eaten in the first place.
I
Not
had
much
to
for
make
eating
sure it was
insects.
a spider. You said it was talking. It might have
Talking
tasted
spider?
different.
As she's finishing treating, Justin just whispers, "Is that the only way you could determine if it was a normal spider?"
Everyone just looks around to all of you. Let's withdraw back to the Citadel. Whatever that creature was speaking to us, it appears to be heading there next.
All right, well, Fane, you just got here, but we're all heading out.
We're
Join
going
us
back.
and safety in numbers, right? Let's head back. Get
Oi,
some things
absolutely.
He just came from there, didn't he? Go
I don't
back.
mind going back.
All right, another 50
It'll give us
miles.
What I
Here we
went
go.
through coming here.
It'll give us time to catch up.
Yeah. I'm going on stealth mode. I'm going to avoid notice as we travel.
Yeah,
Still
I got
hiding in
your
the
stuff
shadows.
roll.
Avoid notice wherever there's cover.
Yeah, I got your stealth roll.
Okay.
You all vacate.
We're all walking back.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I want to walk with my falchion. I never can pronounce that weapon.
Falchion.
But I want to have this out, and I'm just kind of like showing it off to Fane. See if he can appreciate my weaponry, you know. Unlike the
See some
elves
fine
here.
craftsmanship.
Victoria's gonna move up and stay behind Bjorn since he's got armor.
Good idea.
Hide behind the fighter, that works.
What are we setting up our marching order here?
Yes. Who would
All
like
right.
to be in the front?
If nobody opposes, because I seem to be maybe the healthiest person here, I'll take the lead.
Any objections to that?
Nope.
Okay.
I'll be second though.
It's through
And I want to
Fane
put
Hera.
some distance. I want to try to put some distance against the guy who's afraid of dwarves in the back there. I don't want to make him too uncomfortable.
So I got Fritz all the way in the back. I got refrain up
Maybe
front,
when we trade
Hera
places,
behind.
I'll hold hands with him.
You never know. Who would like to be next? Behind Hera.
Desmond
Oh.
can go third. If no one
I
else
was gonna
wants
say,
to.
Victoria's gonna stay behind Bjorn.
Okay, then I'll go behind Jezrin there, and then we have our follow the leader. As you emerge from the tomb of fallen heroes, the sun is bright, shining. Seems to be a bright, crisp day out. Quite warm. smell of fresh air hit your nose as you step into the sunlight. It's nice to be above ground again.
Daytime or nighttime?
Daytime.
Is it sunny out or cloudy out?
Sunny. It's mid-morning.
Love that feel, that warmth.
As you proceed down the well-worn trail back to the Citadel, it goes surprisingly quick, or at least the initial part, where you cross the wide open plateau and find yourself in a grove of trees. However, as you near the Citadel, something peeks through the tree canopy, darkening the sky above.
I'd like to do a perception check.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception.
I'm trying to find it on this quick toolbar. Alright. This thing's peeking through the trees, so I'm gonna look up because I see the shadow. Try to see if I can get a better look at it.
You see billows of black smoke rising above the tree canopy,
Something's on fire.
clouding out the sun. And then you all hear it, off in the distance. Sound of intense battle in the direction of the Citadel. What do you do?
Well, I just wanted to follow Braun's lead, but I'm assuming Braun would haul ass there.
Oh yeah, Braun takes out his shield, draws his sword, and starts booking to the Citadel. Sort of barking orders as they go. Oh, no time to waste. Move it.
Jeswin follows him.
Aye. To the heat of battle. And I take off running with them.
Victoria just lights up.
Krabius gets its halberd ready. And Fritz, I imagine you're still trying to run in the shadows.
I'm keeping to cover. But I have one dagger out as well, but I'm following the party from the distance. I'm not with the group, as I don't usually travel with the group, but I'll be following along through the trees, using cover,
Okay.
keeping my eyes peeled.
Gotcha. All right, guys. And before we go any further, we're going to take ourselves a 5 to 10 minute break. Give me a chance to grab my other notes. Everybody take 5, and we'll be right back.
All right, scene 5.
All right, folks, like you said, we'll be right back. We're going to take a little 5-10 minute intermission. We'll be right back.
Or the real heart throbbing starts.
See you soon.
We're back, folks. Part 2, intermission is over. We're going to pick up where we left off. We're about to rush into some battle, I think, as we've reached the outskirts, correct me if I'm wrong, of the Citadel.
Not
Correct?
at the outskirts yet.
Okay. We're getting
Some
there.
lengthy deposition.
All right, Kyle. Take us there.
Oh, yeah, just bear with me, guys. There's some lengthy deposition here. As you all begin to tear off into the woods, the sounds of battle fade off into the distance. 10, 20, 30 minutes later, you burst into the clearing, surrounds the city. You are met with a grotesque sight. The field around you stands littered with corpses. Fallen soldiers, skeletons, animated goblins, druids. Carnage everywhere. The city and citadel smoking. Wall crumbling. Particularly nasty section of the western wall where you guys are closest to stands knocked down. Buildings leveled. It is utter carnage. As you look around, you see bodies of fallen goblins, mutilated remains of once proud soldiers. At least at this stage, they look to appear to have stood their ground to the last. It is a horrific sight. So you all see movement through the destroyed wall ahead of you. Perhaps some of the townsfolk still remain. What do you do?
I'd like to approach the hole in the wall. Get a better view into the city.
Does anybody go with him?
Jasmine will go with them.
I'll follow
Hands
as
unpaused, so you guys can move.
I'll follow as well, but I'm sticking to the cover of the trees, watching from the sides if anything approaches or if anything comes up behind them.
Fretch, you step over mutilated remain of a once proud soldier to provide close-in support. Thrugal, Braun, Jezreel, pretty much everybody. As you look into the city, the ruthless carnage on the outside pales in comparison to what you see on the inside. Soldiers, goblins, skeletons. Not even the civilians spared their wrath. It is quiet, calm, after the storm of violence. Streets are clogged and littered with the fallen, young and old. Scalanus, as you round a bush, you see a mortifying fate. Makes you drop to your knees. You almost begin to weep, for you know the fallen victim at your feet.
Oh no. It's not that girl.
Even poor little Serana was not spared the slaughter.
Bastards.
Those who don't know, Serana was a physically disabled individual, young elven lady. All she wanted to be was an adventurer. Now, cut down. Body of an orc, hacked to pieces beside her. You think to yourself that she didn't deserve this.
No.
She did not deserve that fate.
Who has done this? Vile creatures. I begin to seethe. And, I grasp tightly to the dagger that's in my hand, and I reach down to my rapier, and I draw it immediately. And I start looking left and right and towards the walls.
There is something resting in Serrano's open hand.
I look down and
Looks
grab
like
it.
a note.
I'll grab it.
Do you read it there? Or are you just tucking it in your pocket?
Yeah, I'll tuck it into my pocket in the inside there, where I put the chain I found. So yeah, I'll keep it, but I won't read it.
Meanwhile, Braun stands resolute, barking orders to form up, march into the city, check for survivors. Form up, let's go. Still could be enemies lurking around. See if we must spare all, sorry. We must spare and save all we can find.
I'll start heading, following
I'll
towards
follow.
those guys. Yeah.
As will I.
Hera, looking down at your feet, you see another civilian that was traveling with you. Serrano's mother. You look to your left and you see Scalanas. Knelt down. Look of sheer rage upon his face. You know who he's looking at. Tell by her clothing. What do you do, Hera? This newfound discovery.
Did we interact with the mother at all?
Yes. You had many conversations with both her and Serrano.
I remember meeting Serrana, but I don't remember the mother at all. But naturally, Hera tightens up and just tries to suppress any emotion, like overly emotional reaction.
Braun looks to Hera. There will be a time for tears. This is not it. Lieutenant, let's go!
Follow his lead.
Jezrin, take Scalanas. Head to the right side. I'll take the orc, dwarf, and Victoria with me. I'll meet you at the town hall. Find any survivors you can. Braun's gonna start heading left, signaling for Hera, Thorufane, and Victoria, and Cravius to join him.
Are we all on the inside of the walls? Or are me and Jezrin outside to the right?
You can start your search on the outside and work your way in if you like. Need everyone to give me perception checks. Blind if you can.
You just said regular perception or initiative perception?
Regular perception for the
Okay.
moment.
Had it,
Michael, do you know how to change your roles from blind to public?
I'm looking, it says public, private, GM, blind, GM, and self-roll.
You want blind GM. Blind GM.
Blind GM, okay.
He'll see it and you won't.
Come on. Okay. No, that was going to be my next question. I was already pulling it up. There you go.
Fabulous. And we're gonna go with the order that I got the rolls in. Jezra. Carnage seemed to know no mercy for age nor sex. You pass by many fallen, male and female. The young, the thick, the old. None were spared. It hit you particularly hard. You knew many of these people. A deep pit of rage begins to well up, but you do well to keep it away. As you hear a gasp from your left, you look down. You see a wounded civilian. A young man. Fit. Looks like a blacksmith's apprentice.
Can I treat his wounds?
You can, and for the purposes of this, since we're just treating civilians, you don't really have to roll for it. It's just going to take time.
Got it.
So if you're okay with that, you can go ahead.
I do.
And we'll just say that you're healing the wounded for the moment. Hera, brace yourself.
Oh boy.
As you proceed inside the citadel, Braun in tow, heading left. Building by building, walls stained a slick crimson red. Never before have you seen such carnage on a massive scale. The entire plain surrounding the citadel littered with the fallen. As you open a door to a half-destroyed house, your heart drops. You see a family huddled together by the door, half dead with fear and panic. A young one with them. What do you do?
And they're alive?
Very much so. As soon as you open the door, they start screaming.
I scream back. In surprise. But once Hera realizes that they're people and they are people in need, she stops screaming and she's like, oh, calm down. And she doesn't mean to sound so forceful. It's just like how she naturally sounds. And she just kind of leans out of the doorway and just kind of cries for backup. I need assistance here. And then she's got her like hands up, like calm down, trying to make the situation good. She wasn't expecting to see anybody alive after entering the city.
Give
Just
me
the
a
destruction.
blind persuasion check, please.
Society or diplomacy?
Diplomacy.
And if I fail that, I would like to use a hero point.
You got a natural 20. You're getting swarmed. As you put your hands up and showing that you're not one of the attacking enemy goblins, a little one, a little girl, lunges at you, clasping her arms around you, what little she can get around you, and just bawling, crying, the tears uncontrollable as they wash down your armor. happy to be
Oh.
rescued.
Little one. Dry those tears. It'll be okay. Everyone, follow. We must get you to safety. This house could collapse, or something else could happen. Quick, this way. And she'll lead them outside the house. And is there a somewhat safe-looking location, like going towards the water or outside of town? Because Hera would probably, if no one came from her calls, she would lead them to safety directly.
Braun would bark up to take them to the center of the town. As they're sweeping it, it's a wide open place, plenty of wide open spaces.
All right. Well, she'll tell him, I found possibly a family. I don't know if they all know each other, but they're survivors. I'll take them to the town center, and I'll be back to search for more.
Take them to the courtyard. We'll be along presently, Braun says as he's kicking down doors. Skalanas. You've already had one heart-dropping moment. Are you ready for another one?
Yes.
Can't hear you.
Yeah, go for it.
As you walk with Jezrin, you see what she is doing. And you can only imagine just how hard it must be for her. Tending to the people she once called friends and families, now butchered and slaughtered in the very field around their home. As you walk past her, your own fury raging, as a half-dead goblin coughs, spitting up blood, propped up against a nearby tree. What do you do?
As soon as I see him, I grip tight my blades, one in each hand, and I'll rush towards him, kneeling down, putting my blade against his throat. Now this is, you said it's a hobgoblin?
It's just a regular goblin.
Goblin? Speak, vile creature. Who sent you? What have you done here? Why? I'll push the blade into his throat. I won't kill him, but, Speak.
You're interrogating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, give me an intimidation check. Blind, please. As you push the very tip of your blade into his neck, he coughs up blood, spitting it on you. Vile elf, I've butchered many like you today.
Then that would be your last. Then I'll sink the blade into his throat.
Putting him out of his misery.
And that'll be your last.
As you pull your rapier from the neck of the enemy, you look up and you see a very, very beautiful woman laying on the ground. She's holding a wound in her upper left chest up near her clavicle. You can faintly see her hair move as she slowly and shallowly breathes. Do you move to investigate?
I'll rush to her side, and I'll put away my rapier as I do, and I'm gonna reach towards my herbs and medicines and things, thinking, one has been spared death. Perhaps I could save her. And I'll rush to her aid.
Okay. Just like with Jezrin, it's not going to cost you any rolls or anything except for time.
Okay.
As long as you're okay with spending that amount of time, you can, of course, begin to treat her. She is near death, looking very pale. Her breaths are incredibly shallow. She does not have much longer left without your intervention. But you're working on her, so
Yeah.
that is good. Victoria. Are you prepared?
As Victoria's looking around, looking at the carnage, just seeing so many innocent, either like dying, wounded, or dead, her aura would start to change from a slight light blue to almost like a glowing fire red almost. And you would notice her stance would start to change almost immediately as she's moving.
As you're moving past the carnage, heaps of soldiers, their blades sunk deep into goblin enemies. They perished, or they fell. The end was quick and brutal. As you round a corner, you see the tavern. The back wall completely knocked down, the roof burned off. You're immediately struck with memory. You just played for these people here. They just survived one attack. And butchered and betrayed now. Something compels you to approach the tavern. Do you?
She does.
As you do so, your heart begins to shatter even more. A soldier propped up against the door of the tavern, door hanging on merely by a thread. The soldier gasping for breath. Hearing you and seeing your approach, he simply looks up to you. Do your bidding, goblin. Get it the fuck over with so I can go home.
Victoria's heart would just completely shatter at him saying that to her. Unable to actually even answer him.
Do you move closer to investigate?
She does.
You would see that his breastplate has been riddled. Spears and sword thrusts, arrows. He's been blinded by acid. He cannot even see you. Coughing violently, blood pouring from his wounds, he looks as you knock over a rock. Ah, come on about it then, goblin. You won't get these little ones if I have something to say about it. He is laying there defenseless and unarmed. What do you do?
She's gonna get relatively close to him, and then she's gonna look around to see if she can perhaps find the soldier's weapon. Maybe they had a sword, maybe a spear, something that they were using in battle.
About 2 feet from him lays a longsword, its blade notched from its heavy use.
she'll go over, pick it up, come back to Soldier, kneel down in front of him, and then if the Soldier doesn't yank his hand out of hers, she'll put the two-handed sword, and not just one, but both of his hands against his chest, almost as if she's trying to give him
Last rites.
mhm.
One question is she still wearing the perfume that she wore whenever she played?
She is.
He sniffs the air. You ain't no goblin girl. You civilians just stayed inside. We had them outside. At that point, the soldier passes on. He did his duty. Stood his ground to the last. As his body slumps over, the door falls over. You see a few people inside huddled, tables flipped up, hiding, scared.
Did you say they're inside fighting?
No, they're inside. The tables are flipped up and they are hiding.
Okay.
We're going to come back to that in just a minute. Jezrin,
Yes.
as you tend to the wounds of this lowly blacksmith apprentice, after a considerable amount of time, about 25 minutes, you're able to pick him up, and then he's sort of able to walk under his own power. He tells you a very gripping tale. We're taken by surprise. The garrison tried to mount a defense as best they could. But with the captain and the other officers gone, it was only a matter of time before they broke through. Tells of their soldiers' heroism, but also the depravity of the enemy combatants. You aid him to the town center where Hera is.
I do. I put my shoulder under, I let him lean against me. And I say, I'm going to bring you to a place of relative safety. Lean on me.
And he happily does so. Skalanas.
Yep.
No matter how hard you tried, some wounds you just never heal. Fortunately for this woman, she does not have to live with that fate, as you equally spend about a half an hour. She is very weak. Do you help her to the town center?
Yes, I'll pick her up and cradle her under my arm and... Come. We will find safety in the town center with my friends.
He offers a very broken and a very low, thank you.
She's still conscious though, right?
She is fading in and out.
Yeah. All right. Make my way to
Perfect.
the town center.
Yes.
As you and Braun go building by building Only death and silence await you. You checked many houses along the riverfront. They yield no results. Not one was spared.
Jeez.
One in particular grips your fire. When you found the village elders cut down, defenseless. They not even had armor. That angers you quite a bit, Thruvain. You find that dwarven rage beginning to fill you. It's slightly tempered whenever you look down at a sandy beach. You see a woman. A little skiff had fallen across her. She's vainly trying to claw herself out from underneath it. What do you do?
I'd like to rush forward and aid assistance to try to lift the boat off of her.
It's in pieces now. It was one that was beginning to be constructed. You're able to move the pieces away. But she is quite heavily wounded. You see several deep cuts along her back. Seemed like the goblins were toying with her.
Are they wounds that I can possibly heal with a medicine?
You can. Like with the others though, it won't cost you any rolls, but it will just take time.
Alright, I'd like to attempt it. See what I can do.
I will keep a note and we'll come back to you in just a moment. Even Cravius gets in on the action. He manages to find two civilians and bring them to the town center. At this point, the bulk of you have all gathered at the town center. You look around. Ghastly sight. The smell just now hitting your noses as you've had a moment to think. The stench of death lingering high in the field. You look around. So many slain. So few survivors. You've rescued a grand total of 7 so far. As you look upon each other, what does that conversation look like?
I'll turn to Braun. So who was responsible for this carnage? This slaughter of the innocent?
Braun will come forward bearing a cartload full of the fallen.
Cartload of bodies?
Yeah. He'll look to Skalanas. This is what the conquerors do. Leave a trail of death in their wake. These druids have to be stopped. Do you see now what the cost really is, Skalanas?
Yes, I do. Now the Conquerors is that, I gotta go to my notes here. The Conquerors is that,
The Conquerors is the evil druid faction, the Order of the Conqueror Druids.
yeah.
They're the ones basically trying to take over the area by force. They have vile necromantic magics. They're all in all a party to work with.
So they're basically trying to cleanse this place.
Pretty much.
For vile purpose.
Braun looks to Skalanos. These were my friends. These were my troops. These were my family. I saw Serana in the field. And he looks to gauge your response as he mentions Serana.
Yeah, my face goes to the ground. Just clenching my teeth when I hear that name.
Hera chimes in. Having heard you talk about this, she says, "So, Braun, there's only two things I can see we do. Either go after the bastards that did this, or start digging graves. And I'm more inclined to do the first one."
You are forgetting one thing, Hera. We have 7 civilians that are now defenseless. Garrison's destroyed. They
And
died
we
for
call
the
in a
last
favor?
time. We could scavenge some supplies for them, send them on their way. The other... There's an outpost a day to the east. It still stands.
With a very boisterous voice, Hera just shouts out to everybody, kind of silently weeping and collecting their families, asking about their loved ones. She says, "Those who are able to fight, come.
No.
If you want to live and aid the others, you will have to stand above and guide them to," and then she just repeats whatever outpost that he might have named. And essentially she suggests that they do this on their own.
Okay. So you're... Well, Hera's suggesting that they move out.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Braun would gently tap Hera on the shoulder. And then we're going to kill every single one of them.
You're damn right we
And
will.
He simply turns around and walks away. However, unfortunately for Krabius, as Krabius returns, so proud of himself. I found 2! I found 2. Would somebody like to help me? They are quite heavy. He looks instinctively to Hera and Jezreel.
When Hera shouted out towards everybody, did anybody approach her? Because she probably would have started talking to them. If not, then she would help.
Nobody approached, but they just kind of looking around, letting the shock wear off. They're very much scared and huddled right now.
Okay.
Do you assist Krabius?
Oh yeah.
Well, unfortunately, Hera, as you move to help him, the body explodes. No, I'm teasing. Calm down. Calm down.
That's the last time I go near a body.
But as you take one of the fallen off of his shoulder, you can clearly see this person has passed. You see a very grievous wound to the neck. Even with direct care, it would have only been a matter of moments. Did you mention that to Krabius?
No, she just kind of like silently grabs it, or not it, but grabs the body, and kind of gently carries him, or carries the body, and does not say a word.
Roger that. Through Fane, it takes quite a bit of time, but the young woman regains consciousness. She wakes up screaming, smacking at you. It's pretty clear she doesn't understand what's going on as you stand there with bandages in hand. She's screaming, she's yelling, she's kicking the sand, doing everything she can to get away from you.
I tell her in my most soothing dwarvish voice, "Calm down, lass. I'm not a threat. I'm trying to help you. We need to know what happened here. I am a friendly person. I am here to help you. Calm down."
Roll me a diplomacy check. Galanis, give me a perception check, blind. Fabulous, thank you. I'll get to that in a second. After a few moments of pleading with this lady through Fane, you finally appear to have broken through at least the upper layer as she opens her eyes and sees you. Not a goblin, or at least not an automated one. She begins to calm down. She's hyperventilating. She's rocking herself back and forth. It's not a pretty sight. She is in shock. You attempt to get her back to the others in the town center.
How badly is she wounded? Is she like capable to walk?
You would probably have to help
Carry her,
but
drag her.
she's capable of standing up and moving, but it will be slow going.
Are there any small pieces of the ship small enough that she could possibly use one as a crutch while she leans on me to help support her weight? As
Actually, yes. You would have
ramp
to
her
break
back
a piece,
into
though.
the crowd. Okay.
Yes. So, do you break the piece?
Yeah, I'll break a piece off. Find a suitable piece that'll work.
Fantastic. And Hera, as you're trying to inspire these people, you see through Fane and this young woman come in. As through Fane carries her over to the others, or helps her walk at the very least. Galanis, at the mention of Serrano, your instincts are increasingly piqued as you look around. You catch a glimpse of something as Braun walks away down the corridor and the alleyway. You see something moving in the shadows.
I do.
Following him. You see a glint of steel behind him. What do you do?
Somebody is following him? Or what am I seeing? A shadow?
What you saw was something moving in the shadows and a glint of steel behind Braun.
And how far away is he from the party? Braun.
Braun's about 20 feet. The thing you saw is about 10 feet from you.
Hmm. And I don't have a clear sight on it.
With another perception check, you could try to get a better sight.
Yeah, I'll do that. Use a seek.
Okay.
And focused on where this entity is, if I could get a better view of it. Oh.
You see it, as it darts for the back of Braun. A wounded goblin moving in for the kill. Dagger drawn.
I'll immediately redraw my rapier, and I'm just gonna lunge at this beast. It's close by, and take it out immediately. No question. I'll cut its head right off.
Go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Vile creature. Made that blind. Is that okay?
Go ahead and roll damage. Fritz, you're 1 point away.
Well, do I get surprise damage if it's got lesser? It's not technically a combat round, but if I'm faster than him and act faster, I would get my surprise attack on him.
Yeah, I'll let you have it on this one. You're 1 point away. I was going to give it to you anyway. So
You were.
describe how you fell this creature.
I come up behind it and I see it clearly now, and with my left hand I reach out and I grab the side of its head and I turn it to the side against its shoulder. It makes a creaking noise, and then I just come down across with the rapier and slice once and then twice into it. And it just drops to the ground.
As it drops, Braun turns around and puts his shield up, looking, seeing that you have dispatched the creature. He just sort of gives you a nod, thumbs up.
Was it armed?
Yes, it had a dagger.
Yeah, thought so. I'm seething.
Well, good. Now that you're here, maybe you can open the door to the barracks.
You're welcome. I'll pause and I'll clean my blade and approach the door.
It has a very simple, rudimentary lock upon it. You know this as well, Skalanas. It's child's play, unlocking these things.
Let me double check. It's a lock, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I got thieves' tools. Good. Okay. And I'm trained in it, so yeah. It's like child's play. I'll do so.
No roll required. After about 2 seconds, you hear a click, and the lock falls at your feet. Ron steps behind you, sword and shield raised. Would you mind doing the honors of opening this door for me so I can kill whatever's inside?
Well, yes, of course. And I'll push it open and put my back against the wall or the other door or whatever's next to it and let him pass through.
Braun will make entry. He doesn't come out right away, nor do you hear sounds of battle.
You peek inside.
Curiosity is piqued. As you peek inside, you see a horror that very few people do. More horrifying than what you've seen already here. The slain here were tortured and mutilated in the most heinous fashion. Braun almost stands with a hint of bewilderment as he combs over the fallen looking for any survivors. What do you do, Skilana?
What is it, just full of innocent people killed? Is that what I'm looking at? Slaughtered?
Butchered,
Butchered?
tortured, and killed.
Tortured and killed. I'd walk in, arms hanging at the sides and just looking at this sight. Ghastly.
They never even stood a chance, Skalanas. Their hands were bound. Braun says as he looks over to you.
We will get revenge for this. We will avenge the deaths here.
What guy trying? Braun said as he walked past you, back to rejoin the others.
And I'll pause a second and then look down to the floor once again and then turn about step outside and close the door. Half tempted to lock it once again, but
Can if you like.
I'll just follow Bron.
Meanwhile, at the town center, Hera, your inspiring words are getting the people motivated to leave. The strongest and most capable have begun to scavenge weapons and armor, and they've even found a serviceable wagon to use.
Load her up.
So what's the plan? We're going to have them go out alone and head back to some other town?
I believe that was the plan that Hera was suggesting. There was another outpost that...
How are they going to
still
defend
stands.
themselves? Surely there's more enemies out and about. They wouldn't survive.
Should we withdraw with them, then come back and pick up a trail where these creatures went?
How far is the outpost?
It's a day's walk to the east.
Alright, so that would set us back a couple of days, so that doesn't exactly work for us. Because we don't want the trail to get cold.
There's no local guard towers or anything that we would know of? Nothing?
You do know of a guard outpost about a half a day to the southeast. You passed it as Braun was escorting you to the Citadel.
Why do we bother?
Well, what are the chances the same place will get attacked twice? If they think they did a thorough job.
Good point.
You mean
Maybe
leave them?
camping.
Leave them here?
Yeah. Maybe we'll spend half a day building up camp and reinforcements.
Yeah,
Some
fortify
perimeter.
some big building
Mm-hmm.
and let them huddle up inside.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Have-
Lieutenant,
Perhaps
have
there's
to
something,
do something.
under. Perhaps there's something underground too. A
Yeah.
bunker.
A safe haven, because with goblins, they're unpredictable. They could very well come back. You never know.
Yeah.
there's a farmstead to the east they could take shelter from. It's just right there in Braun Point. You can fortify it there.
And there's possible we can armament these people with some pitchforks and farming equipment so they have some kind of weaponry at least.
There's plenty of dead soldiers' weapons on the ground for that. Lieutenant, begin prepping up supplies. Scavenge what you can. Food and supplies. They'll need it.
Yes, sir.
Depending on how wounded these civilians are, some may not be able to lift a sword.
Well, I'm sure we can find a job suited to them.
Yeah. All right.
Scalanus looks over for Victoria. What is she doing right now? Where is she? What are you doing, Victoria?
You hear us, Des?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry. I thought you guys could hear me.
What is Victoria doing?
Victoria's, she's ambled off a certain distance. She's now just currently on the beach, just looking at her reflection. The aura around her has just changed drastically from this bright blue glow to like an intense red. And as she's looking at her reflection in the water, her eyes flash for a second, and then her aura changes back to its blue glow.
So you're like glowing with magical energy?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna move towards Victoria, where she's separate from the others, and I'll. You see, Victoria, why do we bother? Look at all this death. It comes sooner or later to these humans. Why do we bother? I have my doubts about this whole enterprise. I question why I am here. But what are you thinking, Victoria? Why do you still remain after all this death and slaughter? Why do you care?
Victoria's gonna look over Scalanis. She's just... She has so many emotions flickering across her face, you wouldn't be able to tell if she's either enraged, she's saddened, she's depressed. It's flickering so much that you can't even catch a glimpse of what the emotion is before her face just goes completely blank. And all she can do is just stare at him before her gaze goes back to the water, unresponsive.
I need everyone to make a perception check. Public.
$22 for me.
25 for Joseph.
18 for Hera.
Ooh,
31 for Victoria.
critical success.
So you definitely hear what's about to happen then.
Your awareness was heightened.
You can all hear this coming from the western gate. The mere sound of it fills you all with rage. That's a goblin victory chant. As you see coming around the corner, their arms full of loot, precious zanies. About 12 goblins. Your eyes lock on theirs, and they look back at you. Their chanting stops. There's this tense moment of pause. What do you do?
Roll initiative.
Yeah, as soon as Scalanis hears that, he's pulling out that rapier again and dagger, seething and heading towards the sounds that these goblins that have gathered. I'm just heading toward them blindly almost. Just quite...
Full charge.
Yeah, I'm quite infuriated.
Try to put some distance between them and the wounded. Keep them away from them.
Hera, what are you doing?
In a similar fashion, just gripping my weapon and kind of herding all the people closer together.
I'm behind them.
Braun draws a blade and shouts, "You'll find that the captain is here now, and will not go down so easily this time." And with that, I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Do you want this public or blind?
Public.
Oh, it's initiative, so public.
Ooh, it's okay. I didn't need to go first. Oh! Ooh. Tough roll.
Darn it.
Oh my god. That's horrible. I got like the lowest roll out of everybody.
You are
Yeah.
all worried about the civilian.
Can I use
right
a
there.
hero point?
You could.
You can indeed.
No, I'm not worried about it. I'll save that for a real time when I need it.
We're all down and out. I'm seething though. I got a 19.
I think
Victoria's
we're all
rage.
seething.
Ah,
We all rolled those big 20s before, now we're all getting the low stuff.
I'm not even going to put Krabby's in the marching order, Fritz. We'll say that he hung back with the civilians.
mm-hmm.
All right, Jasmine, kick us off. We're about 40 feet in front of you. Just standing there, arms full of loot and trophies.
Okay. I will make that one my prey.
Righty?
One question:
One
Is
action.
this map to scale?
No,
Or
it's
no?
a little bit off.
Okay.
Remember, we had that issue with it where we couldn't quite get it to scale.
Second action is going to be to give Qatar 2 actions. Qatar will do one to fly here. And the second one is to use its companion ability as I take 2 shots at that goblin with a good shot.
Go right ahead.
Hmm.
15. I'm gonna hero point that.
Okay. It was a barely hit either way, but
Oh, it was a hit? Oh,
Barely
sorry.
hit.
I assumed it was a miss. All right, no, if it's a hit, then I won't. And the second shot.
it's a hit as well.
All right, so I don't think it has damage resistance, but. Oh, look at that. So 14 total damage to that guy. And Qatar means that that goblin also takes 2d4 persistent damage, bleed damage, and it's dazzled until it saves against the damage.
Sure that. Very good.
Can I turn?
We're gonna go to Braun next. Braun's gonna rush past you, Scalanis, almost barreling you out of the way. He's gonna take 2 moves to get up to there. And he's gonna hit. He utterly cuts one down, but where one is cut down, another remains. It's your turn, Scalanis.
Alright, like I said before, I got dagger and rapier drawn and ready to rumble. Although I probably would have put them away when I was talking to Victoria, so I'm going to use my quick draw. Now, what are they, 20 feet away?
Yes.
Alright, I'm going to use my quick draw and throw the one dagger at this goblin right here.
Okay.
23.
Will hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Normal.
Well, do I get my sneak attack because I'm going before they are? And this is the first round?
Indeed.
Alright, so an extra d6, I think.
On the bottom one, correct.
So 8 plus whatever this is. 13.
13.
Alright, 13 on him. Minus 1 dagger. And then
Oh, he really felt that.
I'm gonna move. Let's see. And then final action. I don't have my repair out. Can I quick draw with that again? I think I can.
I believe you can.
It's not a flourish. I should be able to quick
Then-
draw.
If it isn't a flourish, you should be able to.
I'll quick draw the repair, and I'm going to attack this one I'm right behind. Is that an undead skelly, or what is that?
It is. That is a skeleton.
All right.
Its hands are full with loot and gear and severed heads. They always go for the heads.
All right, so this is automatically piercing damage, I guess, with a repair. Let's put that in there. Yeah. Versatile. Versatile is the one that you get slashing or...
Slashing or piercing.
Yeah, so I don't have that. So, yeah. All right, I'll attack the skeleton. Second attack. How about you? This also gets the surprise.
Attack and a critical hit.
And it's critical, so I'm going to get a d6 on top of that. Yeah, so d6 doubled will be added to this. Or did it do it already?
I got 1d6 plus 4 plus 1d8.
Oh, that's because it's
Double.
the rapier has a, I forget what it's called. Deadly D8 or something. Yeah, deadly D8. So on top of that, I get an extra D6 doubled.
Right?
So let me roll that. 17 plus 23 in total. 23.
Describe how you killed the first one.
Oh, I just come up behind it and I start going at it through the bones. Somehow I managed to pry some of the bones apart and they just fall. And I finish it off by lopping off its head in traditional fashion.
Fantastic.
It crumbles to dust. Okay, I'm done.
Fantastic. Victoria.
So, Victoria, seeing the creatures that have just now come in her view, as she's moving forward, you can see her glowing from blue to red again as her hands erupt into flame. And then she's going to unleash Produce Flame.
Okay, then.
On the creature directly in front of her.
All right, go ahead and make your attack roll. That's going to be hit. Well, he definitely felt that.
And as she casts it, she's already immediately moving to step behind Bjorn as a metal shield. And
Move, cast. Gotcha.
And that'll be it for me.
Era, let's get in there.
He gives a battle cry and rushes in using sudden charge because she
God, I love
wants.
that.
Because she's basically going to take the long route.
God,
Whatever.
I love sudden charge.
Giving them like a wide berth as she rushes in. And she's going to attack this guy here
Rakcha.
with her attack. Ooh! I got a critical, a nat 20.
That is indeed.
32.
Yeah.
Crit.
Only 10 damage, but that's alright.
Well, you kill one in this group, and for each token on the map, there's 4. So we got a few more here.
Forceful and sweep.
Yep.
Mhm. So
You got
when she
10,
attacks
lay
again,
into
it'll
one.
be +1. And then if she was to attack a different creature,
Adjacent.
adjacent, yes, then that would also be a +1 to strike and a +1 damage if it hits.
Correct.
Rakcha.
All right, so she moved in, screaming in, and just slices this guy, dealing the 10 damage. Is he still standing?
That one is, yes.
All right.
But
Well,
he looks
she's
mighty bleak.
she's gonna finish him off. It'd be a shame if he was still standing and hurt somebody. So let's make sure he never sees the light of day again. Ooh, I'd like to hero point that.
You may indeed.
Lots of ones tonight.
You're kidding me.
Whoa, wow.
What are the chances? All right. Well, I guess I have to take that result.
Wait. Hold the phone. That's a
Hero
double
points.
critical. Oh boy. Give me a number between 1 and 6, Fritz.
2.
Roger that. Hera, make an attack roll.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
With my third multi-attack penalty, I'm assuming
Nope,
because
you're
this
second.
would be my. Okay. Because I already did my second. But alrighty.
What is
17.
happening? What is happening?
Fritz, what's your armor class?
What is happening, Kyle?
Oh
Uh-oh.
no!
Uh-oh.
21.
Friendly fire.
You just missed Galanis, Hera.
What are you doing, Hera? Herakcha! Wake up!
Get out of my way!
Yeah, she just crashes through this horde of bodies, and I get caught up in it, I guess.
Oh, that was close.
Yeah, it was.
And since that was all part of your second action, you still have a third.
I am out of actions, actually,
that's right.
because sudden charge, and then she had done a second hit.
Wow.
3 feet. You've
Orcs.
just seen a dwarf. Something that a dwarf does never see. An orc almost beating an elf.
Yeah,
Right before your very eyes.
the war's gonna start again.
It's turning into the Battle of Five Armies already.
Where is the dwarf? Where is he? Oh, he's way back
Oh,
there.
I'm stuck
He's
way
there.
back to the other side of town still.
He's got to
Just
start stumping
pondering my
forward.
thoughts. Pondering my thoughts. Alright. This one in the square. That's that bird. Is that bird in the air?
Yeah, the bird's in the air.
Okay. So I can basically pass through its space. If I were to come up next to this one that's between the half orc and the one in the square. You know what I'm talking about?
You could pass by it and get to right there.
Right. Can I run up to this point and do a sweep attack?
Well, I don't see why you can't.
Alright. Then I'd like to do that. I'd like to run up to there and use the swipe attack ability to attack on both of them. The one in the square and the one behind him.
This is the feet, right? Swipe.
I think isn't sweep a weapon
Sweet's a
property?
weapon trait.
It's swipe.
It's a feat. He has a feat called swipe.
Yeah, it's swipe. I'm posting it up right now. Right there.
That's pretty cool.
And you said I can use that with the power attack, correct?
Not with the power attack, it's just the one.
Okay, so I'm disengaging the power attack. On highlights. Come on, there we go. A little bit of lag on my end, sorry.
It's all right.
You're fine.
And here's my roll.
If it's lagging for you, there's settings you can change to make it a little smoother for you. I'll show you that later.
It could just be that the Wi-Fi, because I live in a rooming house and there's like 10 other people that are all using it.
Oh boy.
So,
That is a critical
the-
hit.
Critical
yeah.
hit.
Ooh, wow. On both of them? That's
Both.
nice.
Yeah.
So, there
Roll
you go.
critical.
That's what I'm doing.
You've killed
So yeah, it
the one on the
tends
right.
to overload the Wi-Fi, so. Okay.
You kill one of the ones on the right, and another one just looks highly pissed off at you.
Did it hit him? Hit them both?
Yes,
Nice, nice.
we killed one in each group.
These fighters are wild.
Oh, I know it. So you got one action left, Bubby.
Alright. So, the one in the white box is dead. Correct?
There are 4 in each box, so you've killed the
there's
leading
4 in-
one.
Oh, okay. So there's
But now
4 in
there's
each
only
box.
3
Okay.
in each box.
All right. I'd like to do another swipe attack.
Swipe has flourish, I believe.
Let's take a look at it.
Correct me if I'm. Yeah, it's got barbarian, fighter, flourish.
Yeah. So 1 per turn.
Yeah, so you can only use it
Okay.
once.
All right. How about intimidating strike?
That's a 2 action, I believe.
Yep. Yeah,
So
it's a
you
2
want to
action
move.
there.
So
That
make a
swipe was a double action as well.
yeah. So -10 on
Oh, so
any
you're done.
attack you make here. It's going to be -10.
So yeah, so that would actually be the end of my turn then.
Yeah, so you're actually done then. Moved up,
Okay.
swiped.
All right, that's that then.
Alright, now it's the enemy's turn. One of these goblin warriors are going to lunge at Skelanus. It's dropped the stuff out of its hand.
Well, how many actions? You had 3 actions. Did you
Right.
spend 2 actions to move?
Yeah, how many? Well, I don't know what this. I have no idea what how the scale is going on this map. So, 'cause I know you guys said it was off. So, Kyle, was that 2 actions to move up to here?
No, it would have been only 1 if your speed is 25.
All right, if that's 1 action to move,
Okay.
one
And then-
action,
and then
one
the
action, one action to make the swipe. It only counts as 1 for your actions, but it counts as 2 attacks. So you have 1 action left, which if you use to attack with, you'll be at -10. So you do have 1 more action.
Oh, okay. All right.
It counts as 2 attacks for the multi-attack penalty. But it's only 1 action. That's the benefit of
Okay,
the
because
swipe.
yeah, because it has a little double action diamond on it in front of it.
Does it have 2 action symbol?
Yeah, it's got the double action symbol.
In that case, then it counts as 2
It's
actions.
got the square over the square.
All right, go ahead. Go on, Kyle. I'll double check it.
And on which one are you targeting? Right or left?
What's that? What's that?
Which one are you targeting for the intimidating strike?
The square box.
Gotcha.
I just swipe is 2 actions.
Okay.
It's a flourish and it's 2 actions.
Right. So do we continue with the intimidating strike, or is that the end of my turn?
You're done.
Okay, that's what I figured. All right. Sounds good to me. I did enough damage.
Gave him a walloping. Alright, we
Absolutely.
got a goblin warrior about to go in on Skelanus. "22, Fritz, 22.
22. I have a 21.
You're gonna take 8 points of piercing damage.
Doesn't even faze me.
Hera, what's your armor class?
Also 21.
Right, you are stricken as well. You're gonna take 6 points of bludgeoning damage right to the kneecap. This thing wallops you on.
I'll make you regret this. Ah!
Chuckles at you.
You won't be able to laugh when you're drowning in your own blood. It just gets real dark from there.
Roger that. Thurfane, what's your armor class?
22.
You are stricken by telekinetic projectile as all of a sudden a rock comes flying past and smacks you in the side of the head. You're going to take 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Spellcasters. These rodent creatures. Magic is upon us.
Guy with the glaive has an attack on Braun. Oh, that's crit.
You said -7.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow, he rolled a 30?
Braun takes 18.
Vile creatures.
Braun just got crushed.
Did he?
And then we got another clumsy. Thankfully, he spared the massacre. Alright, we're going to start back at the top of the order with Jezrin. Things are
Okay.
looking a lot more hectic now. You've got bodies flying everywhere. Hera, little Miss Pikachu's about hit Skalanis twice. You've got Thruphane wading in, Braun wading in, and getting utterly crushed. You got Victoria behind him, slinging out spells.
Which one is the spellcaster?
The one behind that one there.
Do you have to command your hawk for a fall out of the air?
Yeah, I know. I have one action to do that. So,
I was just curious, that's all.
One action to command Katar. Katar's just going to attack the goblin.
Okay, go ahead.
Come swooping over your head, dwarf.
No, it's a miss.
Uh-oh.
Look out.
Watch the head.
Jezrin will declare the goblin spellcaster her prey, and then I'll get off a hunted shot on it.
Oh.
Is that a hit?
Hit.
Mm.
It is, okay, and then my second shot. Ah, sorry. It moved.
What are you taking damage for?
Yeah, it shouldn't. So it's a whopping 2 damage to that creature.
Oh,
And
man.
it turned.
That was abysmal.
Yep.
Alright, we got Braun up. He's gonna try to bring the pain.
He got crushed, Kyle.
28 points of damage. Oh, but he equally returned the favor.
That spellcaster's mine.
He killed another one up in front. And we're gonna do what Braun does best. Banner of Might. So for those of you who are not familiar with it, A mist begins to swirl around Braun's feet as an
Yep,
ethereal
still hear me okay?
banner. Yeah, as an ethereal banner
It just appears.
swirls around him. He raises his sword high to the heavens, lets out a war cry. Let's see. And half of them are afraid. The one, in addition, everyone gains a +1 status bonus to damage till the start of my next turn. Sound good?
Perfect.
So let's make a note, +1 damage. And we're going to move on. Skalanis, it's your time.
Now, am I in a position of flanking this war chanter with the aid of the flying creature, the hawk?
I'll let you have it. You could.
All right. Then I'll do so. I will strike at the war chanter, the one with magic coming from his hands, causing all the grief in the world. I'll strike at him with my rapier.
Go right ahead.
With a series of cuts and thrusts. Hit?
Hit, but not critical.
All right, that'll be... normal damage plus a d6.
Right, +1 from the banner.
Plus a d6. Let me see if I can add a thing on this. Whoops. Fours. 14 total.
15 in total.
No, it's 14. It already added the +1.
Oh, okay. 14 total. You almost cleave one in half, but not quite.
This is the war chanter, right?
Yes.
Is there more than one?
Yeah, there's 2 more of them in the same group.
You're kidding me.
Nope.
All right.
Still got 1 action left, Fritz.
I have 2, I think. I attack once.
Yeah,
But-
that's right, because you didn't move.
But I move there. I'm going to move defensively to get in a good position. And then I'll attack again against that creature that I just attacked, again with the rapier, which has a magical enchantment. This will be my second attack. Another
let's
series
get
of
it.
thrusts.
Not good enough.
Oh. All right.
You struck out.
That's it.
I'm sorry, Fritz.
It's okay.
Victoria. It's your turn. You see a mass furball around you, banners going off. Everyone's feeling inspired and vengeful.
Yeah, we're just weighing into these goblins that appeared.
Victoria once more focuses on the same creature that she cast Produce Flame on. She's casting Flame again onto that creature.
Okay, so you're targeting that group of creatures. Gotcha. Alrighty. Go ahead and make your attack roll. Hit, not crit. 6 points. You light it on fire, but it is still very much alive.
For her third and final action, as she is casting Produce Flame, the glow that would have came from Bjorn casting the banner, that glow would have been sucked back towards Victoria as her aura changes once more from a blue to a bright red. And under her breath, Bjorn would hear her whisper something in Druidic, though he wouldn't be able to understand what she's hearing, before all of a sudden, right beside him in front of the creature that she just attacked, the ground would just erupt into flames. And as it's erupting, you would start to see this creature arising, its wings spreading about 6 or 7 feet across, medium size. And as it eventually comes to light, you see this silver and red scaled dragon just ready to attack.
Link that in the chat. I'm curious about something. That's a 3 action.
That is 2 action.
And you just cast Produce Flame, which is a 2 action. So as cool as that was, Diz, not this time.
Oh no.
You got 1 action left, and you need 2 to get it out.
Yeah, that's 3 action.
Yep.
Manifest
You need a full
Eidolon.
You need a full round just to get it out.
That's okay. It's the first time you used it.
Yeah, you know,
It remains in her
we're all
position.
learning.
She'll stay behind Bjorn, and that'll be it.
You got 1 action left, Diz. What do you want to use it on?
Intimidate him.
Yeah, scowl at him.
Yeah.
Do something.
She'll try to intimidate.
What does that look
All right, go
like?
ahead.
Make her do
She'll
it, Kyle.
basically she'll turn her aura from a bright blue to a bright red, and just stare at the creature.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a intimidation check. You are not successful. As a matter of fact, you look upon this creature, and as it looks back, it sees your form shift, and its eyes go wide. Shiny. Mine.
Oh, lovely.
Good attempt. Not close enough. Hera, what are you doing?
I'm power attacking.
Of course you are.
Of course I am.
Like the mad orc that you is.
Nice.
That is a critical hit.
$18.
That is enough to kill 1 outright. There's 1 badly wounded one, and 1 still pristine left.
She's got sweep.
Are you going to use it?
They're all
What
the
do you
same.
mean there's 1 pristine left? And 1 injured?
There's multiple in each group, as I said before. I didn't want to have tokens everywhere, so...
Okay, I thought I heard you say that, but I didn't quite understand it. Okay, alright, well then that changes what I wanted to do, because I thought if I could kill the guy in front of me, I can use lunge to get the next guy without having to move. Then I guess she'll just do...
You can still use
regular
your
attack.
sweep.
Yeah, just continue with the sweep. They're all in the same square. That's the same
Yeah.
thing.
I'm
You can
not
just-
hearing Kyle again.
I can hear.
Weird. Yeah, same.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hera, can
Yep.
you hear me?
Yep, I can.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. Let me leave and come back. Maybe that'll fix. But go ahead and roll your attack, Hera.
Am I the only
Um,
one that doesn't hear Kyle?
I think so. Oh, did you just bow out? Oh, okay. you know, for risk of hitting Scalanis or Fane, just gonna take a 5-foot step back. That's it.
So you're going to forgo an attack?
Yes.
It's only a 1 in 20 chance.
Yeah.
I can
Well,
hear
I'll
Kyle
have
now.
MAP minus 10 because a power attack counts as 2.
Ah, okay.
I gotcha.
And sure, I could stay there. Yeah, you know what? I'll just stay here and I'll just not do a third action. Hera wouldn't be interested in finding out information about these guys. She's not good at being intimidating despite,
Are you kidding me?
her looks.
All right.
No, yeah,
Arcs.
no, that's
Arcs.
good. This is good.
Okay. Through Fane, what you got for me?
Well, there was a little bit of dialogue that I had missed there, so just trying to get my thing to work. Who attacked what?
We got Scalanis is attacking this little group in front of you.
Okay.
Hera walloped quite a few in that group. And yeah,
All right.
There's a bunch of
we're hammered.
spellcasters in this square between me and you,
Right.
and I'm really focused on taking them out. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, and trying not to take my head with it.
Yep.
I remember that part. Okay. All right. I'm going to use my swipe attack again on the box in front of me and the one with the square white box around it.
Okay.
Now, they both get, I get a flank on both of them, correct?
Yeah.
Because of their positioning.
Bjorn.
That is correct.
Okay, I don't know how to add that into my attack, so.
It just lowers their armor class.
Oh, all right,
Yeah, that's something that I control on my end.
gotcha. All right, there we go. Swipe.
All right. Go ahead and give me your attack roll.
Coming at you. Right here.
That is a hit, but not crit.
Okay. As soon as it pops up in the chat window, I'll hit the damage.
Ooh, we got a nice 8 points of damage there.
I didn't even roll my damage yet.
I rolled it for you.
Oh, because I just clicked it there. Yeah, it was lagging on me. I'm gonna close this the window on my computer and reopen it. So.
Okay. Go ahead, bub. Got 8 points of damage, so we're able to finish off the one that Scalanis was previously targeting.
Okay.
We're down to one spellcaster remaining. I believe you have one action left.
I do. Second. Gotta wait for this thing to load.
Oh, you're fine, bub.
Sometimes that's all it is. You just gotta close the window. All right. So which one did I kill? The one in the white box, or the one directly in front of me?
The one on the left.
So
So
the
we
one
only have
directly-
one magic user left, the one directly in front of you.
Okay. I'm just gonna use a regular attack while this is loading. If you want to roll it for me, that's fine. Just attack the one right in front of me with just a basic attack.
That works, and this
And
will
that-
be
and
your.
That'll end my turn, and it'll be my second attack. So, or would that be my third?
That would be your third, because it
Yeah,
says
because the
each counts.
swipe counts as 2. Right. Okay.
Yeah. And you got a 4,
Roll
so
me a good one. Ooh.
4.
but not good enough, unfortunately.
Well, you got to try, right?
Yes. Now it's the enemy's turn.
These guys are
Go
tough.
on in.
But how many of these goblins are left in here?
You've got a grand total of 5 left.
Yeah.
Started out with 16. Speaking of which, you got one right to your left.
We've got them all corralled up. Ooh.
Oh, Fritz.
No, don't say Fritz.
Oh, Scalanis.
Don't say Scalanis. Come on.
Having a bit of technical difficulties. I'm having to restart my computer.
All right, Michael.
Bear with me a minute.
Do what you got to do. It's okay.
I'm trying to get back to you.
It's okay.
It was taking too long to load.
You're fine, bub. You're fine. So 12 double, Fritz.
That's 24 on me.
Correct.
Oh, no. That was a crit?
Yes, it was.
Oh,
It
no.
was. Rolled a 30.
Oh, don't tell us that. No.
The rogue has gone down.
Uh-oh.
Dying 2.
I'm missing all the fun. I'm missing all the fun.
Is
Damn
that
it.
what you call that? The
Yeah,
PC's down.
I'm missing the fun. My God, what's going on?
I just annihilated the rogue. Sorry, Fritz. I'm sorry.
That's fine. All turns black. Oh, you see him collapse to the ground. What got me? Was this that goblin right to the right of me?
Left of you. Yeah.
Yeah. He clobbered
Yep.
me. I wasn't paying attention. Oh,
He got you with the dog slicer.
oh no.
Ooh.
Oof, that's brutal.
Oh, yeah.
Vicious little weapons they are.
Oh, yeah. He got you. All right.
Not only are they sharp, they're jagged.
Just tore into my flesh.
Mm-hmm.
O'Hara. What's your armor class, my lady?
It's 21.
So you are stricken. For 10 points of bludgeoning damage as another rock comes flying towards your head.
Wait, how to throw that?
Welcome back, Diz. I've just downed Scalonis.
Victoria! Oh!
Oh my. Hera, you might be in some trouble. Does a 27 hit you?
Of course it does.
That did not at all sound convincing.
Well, I said it's a 21 AC, so yes, the 27 does hit me.
You take 7 points of slashing damage. as it goes for your knees once again.
Which one is attacking me?
The one in front of you.
Oh, okay.
That one makes 2 attacks on Braun, misses spectacularly. And that's it. Alright, Jezrin. Take us home, my ranger friend.
Alright, this is targeting the spellcaster, so first action is to give Qatar 2 actions, 1 to hover, 1 to strike.
Okay.
It's a miss.
Yep.
Second action is to... I've already declared it my
Prey. Yep.
my prey, so it'll be hunted shot on it.
Oh,
Third
that's a
is
juicy
potentially
crit.
a crit.
That's a critical hit.
And the second one... probably a miss.
Is indeed a miss. Got 1 crit, a crit, 1 miss.
So 18 points of damage.
Describe how you destroyed the last magic user.
The arrow just takes him, as he was distracted, takes him right in the back of the head, comes out where his nose should have been.
Roger that.
And that's the end of my turn.
We got Braun up on deck.
Sorry, Kyle, just to say it's 5 minutes to 10. I'm going to need to get off at 10. All right, hopefully we'll
Yeah,
wrap the fight
same
up before
here.
then, but I need to get off at 10.
Okay, that's fine. I got you guys covered. There's only 2 left anyway. I think we can handle that. Not like that, we're not. Braun will hero point that. Well, yeah, NPCs can. Oh, you got a good one on the second one, though. Alright, now we come back around to Victoria. Hits but no damage for Braun.
Alright, Victoria's gonna be spending all 3 abilities that she possesses to summon forth her dragon.
Her Eidolon. Okay. What nefarious deeds are you using it for?
She is going to be bringing it forth as a fighting companion, and it's going to take up the space right beside Braun, staring directly at the goblin that Victoria has been attacking.
Roger that. And I believe that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Skolonov, would you like to hand me that hero point, or would you like to make a death save?
I'll hand in all my hero points to stabilize.
Go right ahead. Alright, Hera, take us home.
If I can. I will begin by just taking a 5-foot step. And you know what? I'll just power attack.
Fabulous. Sklonos is already dead, so I mean, you really can't hurt him now.
I'm stable. I'm not dead yet.
I still have 1 hero point.
You might want to use it.
Gosh.
You might want
What
to use
is up with today?
Or are you gonna use it?
Yeah.
Good, use it. Do it now. Do it.
Okay, 19 instead.
That is a hit. Roll normal damage.
So that's 10 damage.
Oh, you wounded. Cutting an arm off of it.
Alright, Fane, it's your time to shine.
Yeah. I had to resort to the YouTube. This thing is not loading. I'm running off the YouTube right now. I'm watching the feed so I can see what's going on.
I was sharing it on Discord.
Oh,
but
were
I
you?
took it down because I didn't see Jesse come back on. But
Nah,
go
it's
ahead.
alright, I got it. Alright, so this is the only one left right here, huh?
These two right here.
Alright.
The one that's badly injured and near death, and one that seems okay.
Right. Which way is the one in the square box facing?
That's facing toward Hera.
Toward Hera. Okay, so for me to move past and behind, would that provoke opportunity?
As long as you stay within its reach, we can move that. Like that.
Yeah, that's not me. Yeah, it's right where I want to go.
Alright.
And then I'm going to use my wipe attack to cut into both of these. Starting with the square moving up to the circle. So it'll be a left-handed attack.
Roger that.
I have no way of clicking that, so
I
you
got
have
you.
to do it for me. Thank you.
You got just enough to hit.
Okay. Oh,
Kill
50.
one.
All right. Nice, 7 damage. All right.
Yeah, you kill one and wound one. You wound another. However, I believe you're out of actions.
Yeah, that would be the end of my turn.
At least you got them off. All right, Jezrin, we're back to you. Like I said before, take us home.
First action, Katar flies to here and attacks with its jaws.
Roger that.
25.
That is a critical hit.
Well done by the bird. Damage.
Talons, huh?
Yeah. Describe how your little bird of prey.
So the hawk swoops down and just lands on his face, plucks his eyes out, and beak goes right through until it dies.
Fantastic.
I'm sorry, Kyle, but with that, I'm gonna have to bail right now.
No, you're fine, guys. You're fine. Combat's
Right.
over.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Yep, you too.
Nice.
Nice meeting you.
Bye bye.
Toodaloo.
I'm also heading out. Have a good night.
All
Victory
right,
is
Rachel.
ours.
All right, Rachel,
Okay, have
thanks.
fun.
Alright, I won't see you guys next week.
Nope.
But the week after,
Yep.
on the 2nd, I will be back.
All right, Rachel, take
Have
care.
a good night. Hope you had fun.
I sure did. Have a good night. Bye.
See ya.
Laters. At that point, we're going to call the episode here. They have their victory. So, Zurfane, why don't you give me your outro, what you thought about it?
I liked it. Very interesting. You know. I don't think it was too challenging. I mean, not saying it wasn't challenging. It was challenging. It wasn't really like hard challenging it. I don't know. I just think it worked out pretty well. You know.
Fantastic. Hope to see more of you around. Fretch, go ahead and give me your outro.
Once again, I had a blast. I get to be a player for a change. I gotta admit, this was one of the slower sessions we've had, but I enjoyed it. We got a little technical here and there, but that's okay. I enjoyed it, and got into some good role playing there. Got a little bit more into the head of Scalanus and what he thinks and how he reacts, especially regarding this slaughter that happened here in the village with humans, which I don't care too much for, but interesting. So I'm looking forward to digging deeper into Scalanus' mind regarding all this, especially how it affects the other elf in the group, that being Victoria. I liked it, Kyle. I liked it. I did.
Slow by design.
It was good.
I wanted this to be a crawl where you guys could take your time and feel your feelings.
And it was fun playing with a new character with Michael here. It's his first session playing with us.
Thank you.
And
Thank
he's getting the flow. You can see it going. I enjoyed that. Getting a little banter between the elf and the dwarf going on. I like that.
Mhm.
So that was fun, Michael. I enjoyed that.
He just flowed right along with it.
And the highlight of my night was trying to hide in the wide open against a dwarf with dark vision.
Yeah, that ain't
Hello?
happening.
Yeah, right. You might as well hide in a room with a flashlight on.
Yep. That set up our banner for the rest of the campaign.
It really did.
So,
Just go ahead and tell me what you thought about it. Go ahead and give me your outro and what you're thinking.
I'm excited to be able to bring forth my new pet.
No frickin' spider this time.
Nah, something bigger. Definitely got to see Victoria actually at a loss for words and unable to answer Scalanus when he was asking her all those questions. She was just at a total loss of what to even say at that point. So she's definitely showing bits and pieces of herself that people rarely see in her.
Yep.
Excellent.
That was good, Victoria.
Even though I screwed up on some of the dragon.
Hey,
Just
we're all learning, but yeah, hey, we're all learning. That's a new spell for us.
Mhm.
But yeah, guys, that's where we're gonna call it here, and we'll see what happens next time.
who does the bird belong to?
Jezrin.
Judgment, yeah.
That's the ranger's animal companion. Follows her everywhere.
Right, and I'm writing them down in my in the party members in my campaign notes in my journal, so I have who's who and what's what. You know.
Guitar. Hi, Kyle. We done, I guess. All right, folks. We're gonna call it here. Had a good time. Had some banter in the chat. I appreciate that, Max, Rick, everybody else. Somebody out there did mention that Victoria is the character. Victoria is his what did he say? Animal spirit? Spirit animal? Something like that. So you got fans out there, Victoria. Keep on druiding. And yeah, with that, we're going to call it, folks. And we'll see you next Sunday. We're going to have another session. It's going to be Abomination Vaults. Once again, I'll return behind the screen as we continue our deep delve into the Gauntlet. And we'll see what happens then. So, folks, you guys take care. And like, share, subscribe, and all that other good stuff. And we'll see you next week. So, folks, you guys hang in there, because it's only going to get better. Take care.